Hello, LifeVantage. This is Darren Jensen coming to you live from our Studio B here at our global headquarters in Salt Lake City, Utah. Hopefully it's a beautiful day wherever you're at. It is actually a blizzard here going on in Salt Lake City. All the schools are canceled, but here I am with you guys sharing the day because there's no place I'd rather be than with our LifeVantage family. So thanks for taking the time out of your schedule today. Tomorrow, I know myself and many of our other staff are leaving to head down to Cancun because we've got our Destination Elite Academy. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there and getting to shake your hands and say hi to you in person. We also have our global convention coming up October 21st through the 24th in Las Vegas, Nevada. So make sure that you take a look at that promotion we have going. It's our Road to Convention. Take a look at that. Make sure that you earn your tickets to come out and spend time with us, and really an event that is a must-see. So we look forward to seeing you there. Also, before we move on, we have got, as always, something to give away. And here we've got looks like a LifeVantage hoodie. I always love these. Brady says that this is a medium, so I think I'll have to take this one, although it's not, I don't wear a medium, but I know people in my family that do. So put your name, your city, your state, country where applicable into the comments section, and we'll get you into the drawing for it. Okay, today is a continuation of our personal development series, and I have a very special guest for us. And as a matter of fact, those of you that are going to Cancun will be spending some time with him. I've got the one and only Eric Worre with me. And before I bring him on, let me just read you some of his background. Eric Worre has been a leader in network marketing, in the network marketing profession for over 25 years. Eric has become an accomplished trainer and has conducted hundreds of live events around the world, teaching people how to become network marketing professionals. He shared the stage with virtually every major speaker in personal development and the network marketing space. Eric is the author of the international best-selling book, Go Pro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. And if you don't have this book, I can only imagine that you do, but if you don't, make sure that you get it. It's available on Amazon. It's available anywhere. It's sold over 300,000 copies in its first 10 months, and it's become a must-read for anyone who is serious about building their network marketing business. Personally, Eric's been a friend of mine for many years, and if you are looking to become a professional in network marketing, I can't think of anyone else that's better at giving advice, giving direction on how you can become that professional and achieve whatever goals you have set for yourself. So with that, let me welcome Eric. Eric, welcome to our broadcast today.
Hey, everybody. How are you, Darren? I will tell you, you left one thing off of my bio.
What did I leave off? I have it in writing.
I am a big fan of LifeVantage. I'm a fan of your products. I'm a fan of your culture. I'm a fan of your leadership. You've just done an amazing job creating a great home for people to express their entrepreneurial passions with great support, great products, great innovation, great branding, top to bottom. I'm a fan.
Well, thanks, Eric. That means a lot. And I'm definitely a fan of you and of GoPro. I mean, what you've done, I go to your events, and they're absolutely fantastic. And
thanks.
I'm typically sitting there taking, I think at the last GoPro I was at, I
was so impressed. You're sitting up front taking notes. That's just not something you see from CEOs a lot. You were like really into it.
30 pages of notes that I had taken. And I use them all the time. I go back and reflect on them and pull out the wisdom that you shared, and as well as the other speakers. I mean, and because at your events, it's just not you. You have some of the top trainers on the planet there sharing, their thoughts on how to become a professional. And it's, if you haven't, and I know that in your audiences there, that large portions of them are LifeVantage people.
Sure.
And so for everyone in LifeVantage, if you haven't had a chance to go to it, go to the next one. It will be well worth your time.
I love it.
And you'll probably see me there at it.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'm trying to learn myself, because if you stop learning, then you're going backwards. Well, Eric, you're going to be with us down in Cancun.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to seeing you there. What are some of the things that, okay, so let's say that I'm a distributor. I'm headed down there. I'm going to be there towards the end of the week. What are some of the things that I can expect during your training? I mean, what should I expect?
Well, number one, I know quite a bit about the organization, where you're at, how you're growing, the evolution of the company. So I'm coming in with a pretty good amount of knowledge, but my goal is to help you make more money. I mean, that's ultimately where my heart is, because I know if I can help you make some more money, you're going to stay in the game longer. If you stay in the game longer, you're going to impact more people. You're going to have more influence in the world. You're going to have more contribution in the world in the form of your products, in the form of opportunity, in the form of everything else. So ultimately, I want to help you become more successful as a LifeVantage entrepreneur. Okay, that's the goal. Now, it's going to express itself in a few different ways. I mean, first, I will tell you that the biggest moment in a person's network marketing career is the moment they decide to be a professional, the moment they decide to go pro, the moment they decide they're going to walk away from amateur and to step into another gear, another level. And the people who've earned their way to this trip, obviously they're not in their first day. They earn their way to be able to go. And some of them have made a decision, and some of them think they've made a decision and haven't really made a decision. And some of them know they haven't made a decision. I'm going to hopefully help you make a decision to really go for it. And part of that decision is building some belief in the profession, regardless of what's going on in the regulatory environment. We're in the best place we've ever been as a profession. Belief in the profession, belief in the model, belief in the company, belief in the products, belief in yourself. I just think that if a person gets really strong belief, they take more action. If they take more action, they get more results. I mean, it's just as simple as that. The decision is a piece of it. You can take action before you really made a decision. That decision is going to happen at different points, but that belief structure is really, really huge. And then ultimately, I'm going to be sharing some of the best practices of what's working around the world right now for membership growth, for sponsoring growth, for to be able to build a team, because we only do a few things in our profession. We sell really valuable products to people using word-of-mouth advertising, right? We offer the opportunity for people to become part of the network and do that same thing, right? We use our leadership skills to increase the productivity of the people of the network that we build, right? So really just a couple things. Sharing products. I mean, nothing happens until we sell a product to a consumer. Nothing. No benefit at all until you sell products to a consumer. But if you really care about the product, you're going to want to build as big a network as you can to reach more people, because you can only reach so many. So how do you do that effectively when people have preconceived ideas about our profession? How do you increase the productivity of the team that you have? So we're going to talk about what's working around the world, because it's a fascinating time with technology, everything else. There's a lot of really cool things that are happening and ideas that people are using. And I'm going to be sharing some of those ideas that you can use in order to be able to increase the number of customers, to expand the network of distributors who are in turn reaching more customers, and increase the productivity of the network that you're building. So long answer to a simple question.
Oh, no, that's great. As a matter of fact, I was over here taking some notes. And I guess based on the notes I took, question for you. So I thought it was interesting how you said really the biggest moment that you can have is when you decide to become a professional. You say that there are people that definitely know that they have not made that decision. But then there are people who think they have, but actually have not.
Yes.
So if I'm in that situation where I think I might have, or I think I did, how do I tell if I actually have made that decision what are some of the characteristics?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the main thing. I thought I'd made the decision. It took me about 3.5 years to really make the decision. I thought I'd made it a bunch of times prior to that when I was a distributor in the field.
Yeah.
But here's the characteristic. Is there something that could knock you off track? Is there something that could cause you to quit? Is there something that could cause you to do less productivity than you've done in the past? If there's any of those things, then you really haven't made a decision. If there's anything that will slow you down, I mean, if the company let you down, if somebody lied to you, somebody hurt your feelings, or some bad article was in the newspaper, or something happened, some policy changed, and that's enough to knock you out of the game, you haven't made a decision. Not really. Because guess what? Every company has their issues. Every company has their challenges. Every journey has its bumps. But only the ones that have made a decision are going to get through the jungle to the other side, truly. So yeah, that's the characteristic. I mean, you're either unstoppable or you're stoppable. One of the two. And if you're stoppable, your upline stops talking to you, or your downline hurts your feelings, or you didn't get recognized the way you were supposed to, or some policy change has you frustrated. Then, or you're in some country and it's not quite as polished as it is in another country. Then you haven't really made a decision yet. I mean, that's how I would measure it.
Yeah, good point. All right, so you talked about really part of becoming that professional is belief. Mm-hmm. And you named off a number of different beliefs: product, company, and yourself, about the model. Yep. What would you say that, because you've spoken with hundreds of thousands of people and done training with, hundreds of thousands. Where would you say that, kind of gauging, what would you say, which belief is typically the one that people suffer from the most, a lack of?
Oh, I mean, really, it's the hardest one in the world of all the beliefs is to believe in yourself. We're so hard on ourselves. We're so mean to ourselves. We're so demeaning to ourselves. We tell the world that we're no good, and and we're just tough. We're tough on ourselves. So you can believe in your upline more than you believe in yourself. You can believe in the company more than you believe in yourself. You can even believe in network marketing more than you believe in yourself. So all of them are important, but I mean, self-belief at some point, self-worth, believing that you're worthy, you're capable, you're deserving. I see more people in network marketing sabotage their growth in the business because they don't feel like they're worthy to have it. How did this happen? Why did this happen? But so that's true, but you also have to develop at some point a belief in network marketing. You got to develop a belief in the company, warts and all. Imperfections and all. You got to develop belief in the products, where they are today and where they're going tomorrow. Because, a strong set of beliefs. I mean, here's if I could lapse into training for a moment.
Please, yeah, sure.
I think there's 3 stages to get to belief. Stage 1 is faith. You have to be able to believe that it's possible, even if you can't see it yet. Believe that you can be a top earner even if you're not one yet. Believe in the product and the science even though you haven't experienced those feelings yet. You know what I mean? I believe, for example, in your clinical studies when it comes to the Protandim story. It's the reason why I take the product every day. But I don't know. I just know that study leads me to believe that I'm probably better off taking this versus not taking it. You know what I mean? That's why I take these 3 products every day. So it starts with faith. The ability to believe something that you haven't seen, you haven't witnessed yet. And if you have faith long enough, it starts to transition into hope. You start feeling hopeful that this is going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but you see progress. You see something down the road that you believe that it's going to in time. And if you combine faith and hope, then eventually transitions to belief. And once you get rock solid belief, then you become unstoppable. Then a decision becomes easy, because you're just not movable. I mean, you know, like in your faith, I'm sure you've gone from faith to hope to belief, and you're not movable. You know, for somebody strong in their faith, they're just not going to be moved. Somebody else can have an opinion. It's okay. But when they're first introduced and somebody throws some little monkey wrench at them, shows them some article or something, and they go, oh man, it shakes them to their core. But over time, that belief, I do believe it's a process to be able to get there. So we're going to talk about the process. We're going to talk about things you can do to build your belief, things you can do to build your own self-esteem, your own sense of worthiness, your own capabilities, you know, your own talents and skills in order to be able to help you feel stronger about what it is that you're doing. So.
No, I like it. And you know what you were saying, that could have been like a Sunday school lesson at church too, because I think
true.
I always tell my wife, you know, network marketing, religion, there you can explain many things with
truth is old, my friend. Truth is really old.
I agree. But that whole process of faith and hope, and then it moves to belief. You know, you and I have been in the industry a long time, and I think even a layer even above belief, you know, you believe it, but to have knowledge, you've seen it, you just know because you've seen it too.
You're not movable.
Yeah, it's just a fact that you're not arguing with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great feedback. So, you know, you mentioned something about when it comes to belief that one of the greatest things that you see earners is self-sabotage and what that we're the hardest on our own selves. And, you know, I think with me, I've heard that in your trainings before, and I've heard other people in other circumstances talk about the need to be aware of self-talk with you. You know, how do you talk to yourself? Because you'll start to believe what you say about yourself.
Yes.
So, anyway.
What I will tell you is this: your subconscious brain is the most powerful force in your life. Mm-hmm. And it's doing things to you every single day that you don't even realize that it's doing. And if your success is not in alignment with your subconscious brain will work to sabotage. And it's going to come in the form of distraction. It's going to come in the form of procrastination. It's going to come in the form of binge watching every show on Netflix. It's going to come in the form of surrounding yourself with people that are not interested in helping you pursue your dreams. It's going to come in the form of all different kinds of things in your inconsistency. Your subconscious brain will be saying, not in an audible voice, it'll be saying, you need to stop because this is not normal. This level of success is not normal. You don't deserve it. You're not worthy of it in the first place. You couldn't replace this anyway. And you start playing defense, and pretty soon you come back to a level that you're comfortable with. People are typically, you know what, all they can see, historically, this what I've, all they can see that is even possible is their most successful year.
The other day we were filming one of these interviews with somebody. Has the National Women's Day one aired yet, Brady? The one that we did for National Women's Day.
March 8th.
Okay, so this one's going to be airing in March, and I was interviewing a very prominent professor, and this will come out in March, but we were talking about women, and she was talking about how, you know, there's been struggles in the workforce and glass ceilings and all this, and on a couple of occasions, and this was even before we started filming, I said, you know, direct selling is very different. The best leaders that we have and some of the greatest leaders we have are women. And the great thing about this industry is you win by lifting other people up. And so there's nothing built in about suppressing anyone. All you do is suppress yourself. And I could see the wheels in her brain not be able to, you know,
right, because it's not normal.
Yeah,
it's not normal. I mean, you go, you know, I got the Wall Street Journal sitting in front of me. Yeah. I mean, you go into Wall Street, you can't win by helping people on Wall Street. You gotta maim as many people as you can on Wall Street in order to be able to win. It's a binary equation. For you to win, somebody's got to lose.
Mm.
in every trade. Somebody's got to be a loser and somebody's going to be a winner. I mean, it's totally binary. Here is not. I mean, it's the cool thing about what it is that we do, because if you want to figure out the mousetrap and make more money, you got to help more people. Sorry. You know, even if it's not in your DNA, it's cool.
I agree. It's a unique industry. So hopefully I haven't soured anyone on that presentation. No, the interview was good, but I could just tell that somebody, I'd say, well, you need to come over and visit and figure out what we do here, because really it's a different environment. But hey, Eric, a couple of questions for you, because I know that you're a busy guy, and I can only, I don't want to take up all your day, because we could sit and talk for a long time.
We could.
So I have two questions. The first one is going to be, okay, so you're going to be presenting to us on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to know is, I always like to engage people now. Is there one thing that people could start doing now to change their ability to enroll, to help them to improve their business now that they could start on? And then the second question is going to be, all right, in anticipation of your presentation, is there anything we can be doing now also to prepare for that, so we can maximize out what you'll be training us on?
The answer to both questions is the same thing.
Okay, great.
And let me kind of frame it by saying this. I learned from one of my mentors, all business is conversation. That's all it is. If the conversation is happening, you're in business. People talking about your product, they're talking about your business, talking about your team, then you're in business. If they're not having conversation, that business is not happening. All business is conversation. And in our particular profession, all conversation is good. If you're in conversation with more prospects, more people, it's going to lead to good things. It's going to lead to better relationships, more trust, more respect, more open-mindedness, more willingness to take a look, more understanding about what it is that you're doing and what you have to offer, more opportunity, more proximity. Proximity is power. You get around people and get in conversation with people, and good things are going to happen. For example, if you're selling cars and you stay in touch with 1,000 people, just casually, and they're reminded that you sell cars in a very subtle or whatever way. When they're ready to buy a car, what's going to happen? They're going to think of you. When their timing gets right, when they're thinking about, yeah, I was thinking about this, I'm looking at that, whatever, they're going to call you. Why? Because of proximity, because of conversation, because of relationship, because of trust. So here's the homework. If I was to give you homework, the homework would be this. Start as many conversations as you can between now and the time that we meet together in Mexico. Start as many as you can. Now, I will give you a low, medium, and a hardcore number. Okay? The low number is 100. Start 100 conversations. And it could be pick up your phone and send a text message and say hello. I don't care. Doesn't matter what it is. You can send a direct message on social media. You can call them up on the phone. You can send them an email. You can send them a text, whatever you want to do. Say hello, say hi, and have a conversation with them that has nothing to do with business. Just find out, get caught up with them. Find out what's going on in their life. Find out what's happening, what's going on, how are their kids, what's going on with work. And do not talk to them about business. Just have a conversation. Because I'll talk to you how to go back later, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, after we've done the training, and go back to them and say, you know what? You've been on my mind ever since we talked 2 weeks ago, and I've got an intuition. I want to share something with you. Really easy, okay? So the low assignment is 100 conversations. You could do that in the next hour or two just with your phone. Sending a text message to 100 people. Hey, what's going on? Happy New Year. How's your New Year going? What are your plans for Valentine's Day? What are you doing? Whatever. I don't care what it is. Okay? Start a conversation. Intermediate is 250. 250 conversations. Now, the easiest way to do this is on social. Because you can do it on social and you can manage responding to those conversations. Making 250 phone calls is tough. but sending 250 text messages or private messages on social, it's really easy. You do it in a day. Don't cut and paste the same message 250 times in one day or in 1 hour, because the algorithms will pick up on that on social and they'll start to flag you. But if you send individualized messages to each person, take a look at their profile, see what's going on in their life, send them a message, next, 250 times. Hardcore, you want to change your life, 2020 is going to be the biggest year of your life, 1,000 conversations by the time you get to Mexico. By the time we have our training in Mexico, 1,000. Change your whole life. Any person that's not currently a distributor with you, you can start a conversation with your customers, start a conversation with family, friends, start a conversation with every social follower, friend, whoever's following you on Instagram, whoever's following you on Facebook, whoever you're friends with, whatever, 1,000. Almost all of you can do that. And if you do that, 2020 will be your best year of your life. What will happen from those conversations will lead to more activity than you'll know what to do with. So yeah, that's the homework that I would recommend. 100, 250, or 1,000. Or you can just continue to be a tourist inside of the LifeVantage experience, hang around, come sip a pina colada, and we'll have a nice time, and you'll be able to see a little training from me, and you could file it away in your notes and go back to the beach. That's okay too. I'm not judging you for you either really want to grow with this, or you want to just have a fun little hobby, and I'm not judging you for wanting to have a fun little hobby. Go ahead, do that. But if you want to grow, let's grow. Go after it, because people need what you have. You have an incredible opportunity. You have an incredible product, incredible leadership team, incredible brand. You just got to talk to more people. That's the name of the game. And I'm going to teach you how to do it when we get down to Cancun. Cancun, right?
It's Cancun.
Yeah, Cancun.
Don't want to end up in another city.
Yeah, exactly. In Cancun. So yeah, that would be my homework, and that's freaking some of you out, but just try it out. See what happens. The worst thing that's going to happen, because you're not even going to be talking about business. The worst thing that's going to happen, you're going to get caught up with 100 people. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that at all. You're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, Eric, I think that's a great challenge. So everybody, low 100, intermediate 250, and or hardcore 1,000. I think that's great. I'm already off on a good trend. I started yesterday doing a lot of the catch up and conversation, because I just came out of Australia at a leadership meeting, and boy, I'm probably already on intermediate already. So I'm gonna try to go. I'm going to try to go for the hardcore. We'll see.
Technology makes it so much easier. Phone calls made it really tough, but when you can text people, and they feel a connection. I mean, it's not impersonal when you text somebody or you send them a private message on social. It's not impersonal at all.
Oh, if somebody calls me, I'm like, who's calling me?
Yeah, you got to text me first if you're going to call.
Yeah, texting or instant messaging me. That's
who's so rude that they would call somebody without texting?
I know. It's like, I look at it. This must be one of those. Are they going to sell me a car warranty or something?
No, I'm like really dubious of phone calls now. I mean, it's like, I'm not sure. If there's not a name attached, and even if there is, I'm going to listen to the message. Send me a text.
I have a little app, and I can't remember what it's called. I have to pull it up, but it answers the phone calls for me.
Oh, really?
If it's on their database, it answers them, and I have a bunch of different funny things, because it'll start having a conversation with them.
Oh,
and it keeps them on the phone for a while, and it records it so I can go back and listen to it. It's kind of funny, but well. Eric, thank you. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. I can't wait to see everybody. Yeah, how many are going to be? How many going to be in Cancun? Like 2,000 or something?
Yeah, I think we've got a couple thousand that are coming down. We maxed out the hotel, so that's where
we're going to have like beach Olympics and stuff.
Well, typically we have like a big volleyball tournament. I think we have a sandcastle competition. We've got, it's a.
Well, Marina and I are going to be hanging out. We're going to be down there from the 6th to the 10th. So we're going to be hanging out, and look forward to seeing everybody and hanging out by the pool and whatever.
And that's one of the reasons why, Eric, we moved over to make it a little more experiential, because I think some of the powerful conversations occur when you're sitting by the pool with somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're in the hot tub or whatever, because, it might be, hey, I just went out and spent an hour in the hot tub with Eric, Marina, Worre.
Right,
You know,
right.
where else do you get something like that where you can get that one-on-one time?
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, I'm sincere when I say I'm a fan of what it is that the company's doing, and I think it's only at the beginning of where it's going to go. I think the long-term prospects for this company are very, very, very strong. Leadership strong, concept strong, field leadership is very strong. So I'm proud to be connected with it.
We're proud to be connected to you. So, Eric, I look forward to seeing you and Marina. And for everybody else, hey, thank you for spending some time with us. And for the several thousand of you that are headed down to Cancun, safe journeys. And we look forward to seeing you in a few days. And if we don't see you there, we'll see you at the next events when we're doing our city tours here in a couple months. And for sure, we'll see you all at our global convention in October. So until Cancun, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
See you soon.